When do we make the butt jokes?
You just did.
Oh no, I've become the butt of the joke. Ba-dum-tsh.
I think we can stop streaming now.
Yeah, I think that's good for a video.
Yeah.
We got all our content we needed. 22 seconds worth.
Peak content.
we peaked. It's all downhill from here, lads. As I say, greetings everyone, and welcome back to the Devil Darlings. And it has been a hot minute. Or a cold minute? It's winter? Oh, good. I don't know.
I mean,
It's been
it's
a
true.
dubious
Doesn't matter.
weather
It's
minute.
just hovering around 2 degrees, just, you know, just usual UK things.
Oh, no, where we were over the weekend, it were like
Oh, it's been over.
-5.
It's been down to 0 and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
been
mean,
like the -3 where I am.
yeah, it's been in the minuses.
I mean, it's been in the minuses here in Europe for like 2-3 weeks straight now.
Yeah, because you
What's
guys are
hilarious is
mainland.
not too far away from us in Munich. There was a private jet heading to a climate change function somewhere in fucking Switzerland. And this private jet heading to a climate change thing got frozen to the runway after it tipped over from the amount of snow.
I shouldn't
Oh.
laugh. I shouldn't laugh.
Misfortune is
Was
funny.
it a climate change is a thing, or climate change isn't a thing kind of jet? That makes
As far as I'm aware, they're the type of people that say climate change is real, but then takes private jets to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
So, last time, you all defeated the Drider finally and exited the caves. You all made your way...
Did good job, guys.
yes. The trick up my sleeve work.
You all made your way to basically up to the surface to the other side of the canyon. Found yourselves a shelter which was made out of the deceased quartz bodies of the gargoyles, which turned out had a little bit of life in them left, but it's less a case of they were just frozen up and more a case of their bodies just wander with what little energy they have left, with little to no sentience. You try to remember what else happened in those thingies. Misskiff had another body change incident, if I recall,
Yep.
which pretty much everyone was privy to now, given you're all stopping in the same place.
Bless
Excuse you.
you.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I remembered the cave that we were in moving as well.
Yeah. And also the fact that you could see just on the horizon the silhouettes of what seemed to be the Nosloids heading down the planet side as you made your way towards the castle.
Our battle will be legendary.
The castle or the Nautiloids?
Yes,
Yeah.
we will use the castle to fight the Nautiloid.
I'm half
Seems
expect.
like we're.
All I know is it's a good job that Rebecca's muted. I think they just scored again.
Oh, get it! We're up by 4!
Does that answer your question?
I forgot how aggressively passionate you Brits get over football.
That's
I
the
get so passionate. Only women's football, men's football I don't. Women's football I do.
Football's football.
That's the thing. It's like
I think women's football is on a whole another level as men's football, because men's football is fucking theater, and women's football is actually football.
Men's football, from what I've gathered, is just insurance ads. Like, just one of these days, I'm expecting one of them to go down fucking flailing about, and then all of a sudden stopping, turning to the camera. Has this ever happened to you?
yeah. So, as you all approach the castle, you find yourselves quickly facing what seems to be large walls and a large iron gate leading into what seems to be a courtyard. The walls seem to be around, let's call it 60 foot, with the gates being that kind of rounded at the top, rather than just like a flat to the wall thing. And they do seem to be spiked at the top, both the gates and the wall.
Spiky, spiky, spiky.
How sturdy does this wall look?
It's a good thing we have a gift that doesn't believe in walls.
That aside, the exterior decorating is god awful. Spikes are like, so what, 200, 300 years ago?
Who just added me?
Geek retreat.
Oh, yeah.
Retreating geek.
Basically, apparently some drama's been happening during some of the D&D games, so they just had to address it.
Oh dear.
How's that?
Not our games, we have drama that we solve normally, the old-fashioned way, by killing the player. I mean, what?
What?
Mm,
So,
Anyways, Minosaur asked how thick
Anyways.
the walls are.
make me an investigation check, would you?
Give me a second. I had that part collapse, so I can get to my journal. Here we go. Investigation.
Also, this VTT enhancement suite has just left various things along the screen that I don't understand now as a DM. Just like a red bar saying
Question.
tokens players visible and such.
If I may ask, and this is very important, are we looking at the wall of like a defensive perimeter, or are we looking at the wall of the palace / castle itself?
More like the wall of the courtyard.
The walls of the courtyard.
Yes.
Are they like big, large stone walls? You mentioned spikes.
Yep, the spikes on top of them, and from your investigation there, Minosaur, you take a few steps back, you look up at where the spikes are. Given there seems to be a few rows of the spikes themselves, you assume it to be quite a thick wall.
Okay, so we can't hurl the hippo.
Well, I
Do we
mean, it's
have
not
any-
a wall.
How
I
high
mean-
up is it again?
I mean, you can
It's
try
60.
hurl the hippo.
It is first and foremost, no, you probably won't be able to roll me. Second off, it's not a wall, it's a curtain.
How high is the wall?
60 foot.
60 foot. Okay. My backup plan might be a bit of a
60?
stretch. How big is 60 foot in real measurements again?
60 foot.
I don't know, 10 feet. 10 feet is like 3 meters.
Okay, yeah. Like
Yeah,
25
pretty-
meters.
Yep.
Okay. We don't have any explosives, do we?
Nope.
Damn it! There goes backup plan of launching ourselves over the wall with bombs.
But if,
There goes
if I may
Patsy.
ask, why are we attacking the curtain? Which is, by the way, the actual proper name for a defensive wall when it comes to palaces and forts. It's not a wall; it's a curtain.
Another
It
drapes
was the name of the
security.
wall in Berlin as well.
Yeah, well,
yeah, the Iron
all
Curtain.
right, all right.
Where is
Well,
this?
that's not
the
the
Iron
no,
Cur-
no. The wall in Berlin's not the Iron Curtain. The Iron
The
Curtain is
Iron
something
Curtain
else.
is
Don't start that yet.
the Iron Curtain is more of a
It's a
concept.
concept. The wall was part of the Iron Curtain, but the Iron Curtain's a concept, and fucking the Marquis wouldn't even understand a conceptual wall. They're looking to break the wall down, but this is a curtain, which means there's a point where it meets with another curtain. So there should be an opening somewhere. Can we see that opening?
Yes, it's the gate.
Thank you.
Can we
Thank you
hurl
for
the
saying gate and not door.
Can we hurl the hippo through the gate?
You are trying to hurl something that I'm not fairly certain you can pick up.
Yeet.
I have the perfect gift
I
for our
am-
conversation.
I am multi-tonned here, so like good luck. On that note, I mean the gates. Is it locked? Is it closed? Has anybody knocked?
Nobody has knocked or tried yet.
I want
Is
to
there a
knock.
kick
doorbell?
open the gate.
Is there a
Oh.
magical doorbell? It'd be rude just to march in.
So, Unusor, you're going to go ahead and kick the gate open.
Yep.
Make me a strength check.
BRB a second. I've just got to go grab something from downstairs.
Okay.
Let's see if doors are gonna be as much as a fucking enemy for you as it was for Chops.
Oh, that's not good.
How not good is it?
So, you
I
go
rolled a
to
7 with the +4.
Oh, that is definitely not good.
kick open the door. Well, the gate.
We can hear the vein pulsing on Santa.
That wasn't even me on purpose. That was me just because it's like, yes, you always kick open a door.
No, I'm
Oh,
just
I-
I'm only being facetious because the Marquis doesn't believe in walls and doors, and people kept calling them walls and doors. I'm like, I have to use the technical name. This is a Marquis. I can't use the most common name.
That's it.
I want to clarify, I don't kick open doors, I rip them out of the frames. Sometimes including the frames.
If I may, go on, Leigh.
Mhm.
Go on.
You try and kick open the gate. As you do so, the gate does not move, but you feel a bit of a shove against yourself.
Oh no.
Oh no, the door has
Lord.
thorns damage.
So what happens?
With your 7,
gate's
not
a
much. The
mimic.
gate remains shut and you felt a shove
Oh,
after you.
okay. Okay, yeah, I thought
wonderful.
something was going to happen to me.
Oh,
Fair,
Try-
fair.
I mean,
Try
Unusor
pulling.
knocking. Unusor
tr-
knocking is a brilliant idea. Yes.
I tried
Also, yes,
pulling
we
the
should
door.
try pulling.
You try to pull the door. Make me a strength check.
Yep.
Maybe it's a push. I get this mixed up all the time too.
Maybe they're closed.
Okay.
Oh
So
yes,
you-
they could be closed. Does that mean we have to go home?
As you try and pull the gate towards you, you feel something pull you towards the gate as you slam into the bars.
Oh no, it's a mimic!
Oh.
You're not stuck to the gate or anything like that if you let go. It's more like a case of the same kind of force you used to pull has pulled you into the gate itself as well.
Hmm. Foul magic.
Interesting. Interesting.
Howard hides behind
This-
trickery.
Wait, so is this a situation where inertia equals inertia, force equals force? Is this one of those situations? If it is, my Minotaur friend, grab the Dragonborn by the head. If we hit it hard enough, both forces will shatter the gate. It might kill our friend, but you never know.
Use the green one.
I would, but he's too small.
Exactly.
You have a
That-
much bigger and much more ramificated head. Ramificated? Cole, ramificated is a word, right?
I think so.
Cole, do you know how to beat a door that likes to beat people up? Oh, we could just ask. Door, would you let us in, please? Or gate, would you let us in, please? See, now you all have me saying it, you fucking terrestrials. You and your imaginary concepts.
Mom's an imaginary concept.
My mother is an imaginary concept. I was an orphan.
The gate swings open.
Boom! Manners. Thank you, Cog. You're a genius, Cog.
Or
How
was
do
it-
we know the hippo is not in league with the person who owns castle?
This is where the gate just swings
Because-
back and smacks him in the face.
What the fuck
Because
is up
are
with
you
these
are you
people?
amazed? Yes, that's a good question. What is up with these people? Wait, are you talking about us or them? Because if you're talking about us, there's a lot up with us. If you're talking about
I am.
them, I think they're vampires.
Yes.
Yes.
Horrifying.
Anyways, onward. Marquis walking
I,
forward.
I just want to make clear the fact that Nanza is like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
You should have been thinking
Oh,
that while you were in the
I-
box.
I just realized I told the Minotaur to grab the Dragonborn to use as a ramming tool. I should have told the Minotaur to ram instead, because that's kind of what they... I'm sorry, Nanza. I completely disvaluated you as an individual and a key member of this stratagem. Oh, well, I'll keep that in mind for later.
The door's open, right?
I mean, technically,
I think so. I'm trying to walk through it.
bovines are more
Don't
of
you
a
mean you would
goring-
try to walk through the gate?
Rana, what are you saying? You are...
Technically speaking, bovines are more of a goring type.
That is true.
So you head through the gate,
What's that? Yeah, it's heading through the gate.
and yeah, you pass through without a scratch or without faced.
Suppose it could
Good.
be using vampire rules too.
Oh!
Someone's thinking.
Oh, God!
Someone's thinking.
Does that mean that now, because I've invited the gate's able to come into my house now? That's... I mean...
the gates will have
It's gonna
vengeance
be a
for
whole
his
situation.
brethren.
We get back to the turtle and we just see the gate in the command center.
You,
We
you
thought
I'm
just see
fine
you,
with
you
this.
just need to open the gate to get into the turtle
Look.
now.
Look, the point of being an imaginary concept is for it to eventually prove that it's not an impossibility, but a possibility. Therefore, if you feel yourself ever being a little down and that you don't matter or that you don't exist, well, I'm sorry, my friend, but try and prove me wrong. Genuinely. On that note, what other rules should we abide by? Cog, what do vampires do? They're the ones you have to shoot with, like, silver bullets, right?
No, it's usually garlic.
Dump the bucket of water on them and they melt?
Maybe.
Dump the butter, maybe.
Dump the butter.
You think?
The garlic
Yeah,
butter.
I fucked that up.
No, just drop
Alright.
in a vat of garlic butter.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
nice the garlic.
That can work.
Do we have a bucket of butter?
You guys are making me want
Miasma.
garlic bread. Fuck you.
If anybody here's got a bucket of butter, it's probably you. Do you have a bucket of butter?
Wait,
Wait.
I have a,
Wait.
I have a question. Leigh, do I still have the alchemy jug?
Does anyone
I
have
did not
create
think
food
about
and water?
that.
Leigh,
Does anyone have what?
Create food and water.
I think I've killed Leigh again. Lee's like, great.
No,
I
it's
created
more a
this
case
entire
of
thing, you know,
you picked a bad time to ask the DM a question. I'm sat on the toilet.
If
Oh.
we have
Leigh,
create food and water, we
oh
can
no.
recreate the soup mancer, but with garlic butter.
I unfortunately only have
So-
purified food to drink that I'm not allowed to use on my teammates.
no, I can make 2
Somebody's been
gallons of
watching Goblin
mayonnaise.
Slayer.
If I still have the alchemy jug, I can give you 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise doesn't have garlic. God damn it. I've lost Misskiff's voice. Give it to a baby dragon, and now I've lost it again.
The dragon has stolen it.
Was
You're
it a
not
fairy
getting it.
dragon by any chance?
No, it was just it was a celestial dragon.
No,
Are
I
you
have
sure
to-
that it
no.
wasn't a fae in disguise that you've given your
I'm
voice
sure.
Remember, Dion,
Mhm.
it's a mixture of Andril and Squeaky Teeth.
to? Just go London.
Well, that's what Andrew is.
Yeah. Andril, it's like the Cockney accent that
Now
you
go
would
higher.
normally do
Go
for
higher
Andril,
pitch.
and
Yeah.
then higher pitch.
It's like this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yep, there we are. Perfect. Wonderful.
I
Also,
lose
to
that
answer
Congratulations.
all the time.
to answer your
Alright,
question,
well-
Miasma,
Yeah.
I would need to know one simple thing. Where did you
Yeah.
keep the alchemy jug in the first place?
Bag? Question mark. Inside the new magical dimension inside her hat that I only just made up right there. I don't know.
It was a question to see if you remembered the thing that we introduced in the first season, which was indeed your hat was your bag of holding.
Oh right. So I didn't make it up. It does exist. I'm
Yes.
smart. I'm very smart. SMRT.
So
Right.
essentially, but you take a moment, just as everyone's just joking around. and then just something clicks, both in your mind and also just against the top of your head.
Yeah. Can I ask you for a slight leeway on something?
Go on.
So instead of making mayonnaise, can I make garlic mayo?
Garlic what?
You guys know what garlic mayo is?
Mayonnaise with
I
garlic.
don't
have no
eat
idea if
mayonnaise.
that-
I despise the
Garlic
stuff.
mayo
Yeah, no,
exists.
I
Oh,
despise mayonnaise.
I
Here
just
it's just called garlic sauce.
I just forgot that.
Yeah, I was
you
about
know.
to say
Weird.
garlic. Anything exists, sweetheart. Garlic equals love. Garlic is the miracle food. It actually is a miracle food.
I forgot that was unmuted there while I flushed the toilet, so I apologise if that came off the microphone.
It did not.
It did not.
I'm hoping it's not on the recording then, at least.
It is not.
If it was, it would have been your own damn fault.
It is. So, I'm going to say that if you want to try and modify that kind of thing, you have to study the jug a bit.
Okay.
So it will take you like a week to try and study it.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Unless we have a week in here.
I can't really change my spells and nothing. But there is a spell I think that can make food and water.
Hmm.
There's a
I
spell.
don't think I have it. I don't think I have it.
There's a spell that
Brand
helps you with
used
food.
it.
There's a spell that helps you with food and water. It's called Summon Chico.
I think in this situation, the best thing for us to do is simply walk in. Looks like we've been invited, and well, I mean, we're not exactly the best at sneaking around, are we?
Does
No.
that not concern you?
Concern what? That we've been invited? No, we know they've known we're here. I mean, please, the amount of sound that we made down there, obviously they've got traps all over the place, specifically for us. I mean, hell, they even said they did back when the gargoyles were talking to us when we first entered this reality.
Yeah, but-
Entire situation.
I guess we should go interview him then, see what he has to say.
Interview?
Interview who?
The vampire.
Why would we interview him?
Because then we would have an interview with the vampire.
Oh!
Long movie.
You think he might have some rice?
Maybe.
Fuck it! Let's go! Let's go!
Everyone who is
Yay,
partaking
right.
this, everyone who is
Let's
partaking
stand
in this,
up!
everyone who is partaking in this pun is taking 92 psychic damage.
I don't even know this pun.
Really?
It's Interview with the Vampire. It's part of the Vampire series by Anne Rice. It's one of the Lestat books.
It
Never,
was a
never
film.
read it.
It was a film with Tom Cruise.
Definitely never.
It was also
or,
not Tom Cruise.
Wasn't it Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt.
Well, yeah.
Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise was in that film? What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Keep the game going. I'm going to look this up.
So does my ignorance of this pun grant me inspiration?
Oh my god, wait. Tom Cruise played Lestat in Interview with a Vampire? I do not remember that. I remember Antonio Banderas, though, being Armand. I do not remember Tom Cruise being Lestat. I guess I've just
Do
completely...
you remember Mary
Also,
Jane?
Christian...
Do you remember the what's her name who played Mary Jane in the original Spider-Man films was in it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, she was a little
she was
girl.
Claudia.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
then Christian Slater was Daniel. Yeah, anyways.
So, as you all make your way through the gates, you find yourselves in a large garden-like courtyard. Seemingly the odd mixture of overgrown but well maintained, if that makes sense. Like a lot of it is greenery. You can tell a lot of work's gone into it, but you can also tell they do let it run wild.
How many fucking boxes of this did I buy?
A lot.
I have 3 boxes of Stormguard veterans. I did not realize this.
That's a
Just
lot.
kind of looking around.
Oh.
Leigh, are there any critters running around?
I'm sorry, I just remembered then because we did the Secret Santa thing yesterday on Sunday. One of the people got as their Secret Santa a box of Biovores. And I was there going, Oh, I still need to get some of those. I got a plush D20 dice bag.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But
Yeah,
oop.
our local G-Dubs is doing the same.
So do you see any critters running around?
Like wildlife.
Maybe a perception check. Let's see if you can see any critters running around.
She's everything.
I see beyond the wall.
You see dead people?
Yes.
Too far! Smacks her in the face.
You see
There are some things that we are not meant to see.
through the
She went
brushes
through
and such,
sobriety and came out the other end.
through the
Mhm.
brushes and such, to where there's a more clearer path. You do see what seems to be, well, at first you think it's a tumbleweed, just like a little ball rolling. Till you realise that ball's made of fur.
Ball of fur.
Yes.
Any other
Man, I'm
discernible
from
features?
Kansas. This ain't
Ball of
right.
It's just a vampire Pomeranian. What are you talking about?
I'm imagining the. I can't
No.
remember their names. The
No,
things from Star
Leigh.
Trek. Drummels. That's it.
No, Leigh knows what I was referencing to, and I think I know what this is a reference to. Am I right, Leigh? I'm from Kansas. This is fucked up.
How big does this thing look?
If you mean that in D&D chat, Santa, yes.
Yeah.
How big do they look?
Mhm.
Oh god, no.
Probably
That's a Zorn kill count.
going off of the more average heighted people of your party, such as Miasma and Cog, given everyone else is either extremely tall or short.
We don't do the middle ground. Sitting on the fences for pussies.
You'd say
Okay.
probably come up to like their knees.
At least we can walk through doors.
So bigger than me. Understood.
Yes.
But bar this strange ball of fur with seemingly no other discernible features.
Well, you say this ball.
Is there
There
more
are-
than one?
You see like 3 of them.
I think Leigh hates us.
But you do feel the rumblings of something a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't just see it yet, as if it's just off in the distance.
Also, remember that I speak telepathically, so none of this is out loud. This is in the brain chain.
Yep.
There's some weird creatures over there. And maybe something bigger.
Hmm.
They're
Do they seem hostile? Perhaps we should say hello.
they don't feel. I don't like the look of them.
That's mean. They may not like the look of you.
I think I'd probably look like dinner.
I have thought that many a time, yes.
The battle.
Slow head turn.
I've never acted on those thoughts, and that's what's important.
So,
Also, just another thing. Was there any other wildlife apart from these guys, like birds, rats,
Oh, yeah.
like anything that would indicate living? Like this is a naturally
This
living
is-
place.
there's a few bones on the ground.
The bones.
But no,
are-
like birds or anything.
You don't hear any birds. You can't really see much of the wildlife, but given it's so overgrown, you don't know what could be hiding in any shrubs or plants.
Yeah, but the fact that there's no creature sounds or like, I guess scent either. Like, because I have keen senses.
Sound-wise, all you hear is the rustling of leaves, the howling of the winds, and the rustling of the balls rolling around. That's a
Okay.
sentence I never want to say again. Smell-wise, you just smell herbs.
Herbs.
Thank you for not saying you smelled the balls.
So,
Kind of like this place, obviously owned by a vampire, feels dead. There's bones on the ground, so that's not good.
Which leads me to believe the things living in here probably aren't good either.
Your power of observation astounds.
She was so serious about that her voice dropped multiple octaves and she was no longer talking as herself. I'm willing to believe in her. I'm sorry.
talking mentally. I
Yeah.
can sound however I want.
Yeah, that begs to
would-
differ. If you're talking mentally, do you even need an accent?
Of course you do. Why do you think Cog sounds the way Cog does? Like, I mean, Cog can copy like 50 different dialects, but at the same time, there's one primary dialect. I mean, if I was to do it mentally, it'd sound completely absolute fucking bonkers. Of course, then again, me speaking mentally can be quite loud sometimes. You know, I'm not even sure if I'm speaking mentally right now. Are we saying hello to them? What are we doing? Why are we just standing
I
there?
am getting worried by the idea of if the Marquis speaks mentally, he speaks louder and such. Because I was expecting that just be a gateway into you introducing the pork voice into another game.
I'm
I can
While this
imagine
is
the
going on,
Marquis multi-classing into Bard just to be able to do vicious mockery or
Just Marquis
something like that.
Marquis telepathy. The voice that you get isn't the normal Marquis voice. It's just, oi, oi.
I'm just keeping an eye on these balls this entire time.
Sorry.
You like watching balls, do you?
You know, that's quite interesting. I could have sworn that you said something, but I'm fairly certain that's what she said, so it's all right.
You think the pork voice is bad? He has a moth voice that
I
he
have-
could use.
I have accidentally started something with this, and now I regret instantly.
Those moments.
I'm
the
keeping an
DM
eye on the
regrets.
things.
They
Yes,
say never
keeping
give
an
the
eye on the
DM
balls.
ideas,
Well,
but they say never
So,
give the DM
are the
ideas. But
balls-
Leigh, you should never engage us in anything.
are the balls? And I'm going to say this. Don't any of you fucking laugh when I say this. God damn it! Are the balls coming towards us? Don't fucking laugh.
Are you
That's what I'm
asking if the
looking
furry
for.
balls are coming towards us?
Misskiff is
I
watching
don't
for
even
this.
know if Jack's here
They're
right
heading
now. If
towards
he
We'll
is,
be
he's
here.
probably
noise everyone's making.
Okay, are the balls in the direction that we're heading, or are they coming towards us? What are the balls doing? What are they doing? What are the weird fuzzy creatures rolled up like an armadillo doing? I'm assuming they're rolled up like an armadillo.
The
I'm
balls
having to
give
find
you
a
a
different
ting-
means to describe it.
Did
They
the balls
are.
give you a tingly sensation, Santa?
They are basically rolling
What?
around seemingly aimlessly.
They aimless. They don't seem to move in a specific direction.
Has anybody seen these particular balls before? Is this something people know about? Cog, have we ever seen balls as fuzzy as these?
Can I
Have
roll
we?
something for this, Leigh?
Should I roll a history to see if we've seen these before, Leigh?
I will
Uh,
check it out very quickly.
you can roll histories, yes.
Cool.
Like, tell me a hag wouldn't have a chaotic little shit like one of those things.
Roll a history check.
It's always a fun day when you get to talk about a hag and their balls.
That's a 17.
It's a ball hack.
Fuck.
Does that make it a bag?
All right, we need to stop. We're going too far. The jokes aren't even funny anymore. I mean, they are, but they're not.
Fun fact: there was a 2.5D action game on the Genesis and SNES called
I know.
Balls with a Z.
We had it.
I know.
We had that game. I played that a lot when I was a kid.
To be honest, Santa, at the start we already set the bar and we said we were only gonna go lower.
Like, just quickly, because wouldn't really get any other chance to talk about this. Unironically, that fighting game had one of the most brutal throw animations I've seen it from a character. I can't remember the character's name. There was a rhino type character, and his throw he would pick you up by your feet and just start booting you in the head.
Wow.
It was the best throw animation I've seen in a fighting game in some time.
Also, just 1 second. Jack, are you good?
I lost my unmute button for a second there. Yeah, I'm good.
I was just checking because you haven't said anything really.
Yeah, there hasn't been any.
When have I had the time? Balls!
Stream
Balls.
of angry. Yes.
You gotta call Leigh. I'm sorry. You gotta call a session now. Furry balls and heading your direction.
Furry balls are rapidly approaching your location.
Objective mirrors that were closer than they may appear.
So,
Leigh.
history checks. Misskiff.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll
You
roll.
do not
I'll roll history
recognize
checks.
these.
I can't. Honestly. What did you say?
You do not recognize them.
Okay.
Neither do you, Miasma.
Aw.
Cog.
Eat.
You don't recognize them either.
Guess I'll roll as Marquis, see if I actually do. What are we rolling? A history?
Pardon.
Yep.
Minosaur.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first and first, Marquis, with your 18, you don't recognize them. Unusor.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll command game by default. Thanks, Brian.
I love the fact that I keep going, Unusor, you passed, Peter towards that, and then everyone started to roll the late ones and rolling low. I'm like, yeah, Nanza, unfortunately, you don't know.
This is the thing. This is a joke about me saying I was looking for critters that's just gone too far.
Unusor.
We're just starting Dion bestiary now.
You know from your older days.
Give you the latest roll you've ever asked for.
There'd be a lot of creatures out there where when they hunt, they're just interested in the fleshy parts. They don't want bones.
Yeah.
They don't want fur. The bones normally get left behind. But with the certain right kinds of ill winds, the fur can bunch up into balls and basically just roll off. You don't think these are creatures. You think this is just balls of fur rolling. Left over from some other predator.
Eventually.
Okay.
Think of something else.
I keep this information to myself. It is not relevant to the current situation at hand.
Unable to read or set data from server. I've never had a problem loading a game before.
What?
Today, it's just saying no.
Participation say no.
Right, that's it. I'm bored. I'm rolling a physical dice.
Fair. So.
No.
So. There seems to be 3 different pathways through this courtyard. Straight down the middle, to the left, and to the right. To the left seems to be where the wind is blowing and where these little balls are rolling around. To the right seems to be a bit clearer, but a few statues littered around. And straight down the middle, it seems to be like arching trees coming together to form like a natural tunnel. Out of the viewpoint and basically out of sight and out of line sight of the windows of the castle. Which do you wish
Sprint
to
forward.
see? So you're going straight down the middle?
Yep.
Okay. So, as Unusor, as you're all trying to decide which path, Unusor just runs straight down the middle through this archway. Like this
Which
long,
means I'm
natural tunnel.
with him.
Oh yeah, you're on me.
Oh great, yes, you are.
We're going on an adventure.
Just trying to.
Can I get you both to make me deck saves, please?
Sure.
So.
Oh no.
Given what happened there, Misskiff,
Yeah.
as you're riding, try to cling on to Unusor, you all of a sudden find yourself ejected from Unusor's shoulder, but you manage to land on all 4 paws with the 18. Unusor,
You've learned your lesson.
as you're
Yes?
rushing forward, blindly, getting ready to charge to the castle, you quickly feel something just wrap around your neck and pull you upwards.
Is it asphyxiating me?
It is
Asphyxiating.
Asphyxiating, yes.
It is indeed lynching you. The rest of you do indeed see this. Just Unusor just faces forward. And then while it first looked like a fine, just wraps around the neck and pulls upward.
He's got a friend! Wait, no, that can't be right. Unusor doesn't have friends.
Cut him down!
I think it's a necktie.
Oh!
In the literal
doesn't
sense, yes.
Can Misskiff just jump up onto him and start climbing and trying to like gnaw through?
I mean, it looks
Like,
pretty good for a tile.
what's got a hold of him?
Are you going to
Yes,
try
but
and
it
do
does
so?
seem a little tight.
I'm going to try and jump onto Unusor to try and climb up him and then like gnaw through what's around his neck.
So first things first, make me a athletics, I guess, to try and get the jump right.
And I do it acrobatics instead.
The difference is athletics is you're doing a jump. Athletics is you're doing a pirouette in the air as you jump.
Huh?
You cut out at the very start.
Oh, sorry. I feel like the difference with that is, in athletics is you're just going for a straight up jump to them. Acrobatics is if you're doing a nice fancy flourish to the jump as you jump onto them.
Well, what I want to do is like springboard off like a branch.
Okay.
Run, springboard off a branch, and then grab onto Unusor. Because there's no. If he's up in the air, I'm 13 inches tall. If I don't use something else, I'm probably not going to reach him.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics.
Thank you. My acrobatics is something I'm actually proficient in instead of athletics, which I'm not.
So, you find a nearby loosest branch, and you use that to gain yourself a bit of height as you leap up.
Yep.
Make me a dex save.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you spring up to try and get to Unusor, you see one of them just sliver down and try and wrap around yours as well. But you manage to just tuck in all your limbs and just squeeze through it.
I'm muscular, I'm liquid. But like I will like go up under Unusor's like tunic and armor to get up towards his neck. So then it's not as easy for the vines or whatever they are to grab me.
Okay.
I have a climb speed, so I'm just like though he's probably feeling my claws digging into his scales.
What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I suppose we should help. Can I roll to locate whatever's causing this particular situation?
Make me a perception check.
I would like to do so as well.
Feel free to do so.
I might as well. While they're locating it, I guess I'm going to help Unusor. I'm gonna shoot the vine tie because
Natural
Unusor's
20.
apparently got it too tight.
I only have a +1 to perception, so it's a natural 21.
Okay.
I like your phrasing that you guess you'll help.
So what were you doing there?
Well, it's not my fault that Unusor doesn't know how to wear a tie.
So what were you doing there, sorry? You were going to help him by...
I'm shooting the vine or tentacle or whatever he's got tied around his neck that he thinks is a fashion statement. It doesn't look that good.
Make me a perception check before you do so.
Oh, we can't actually see the damn thing. Okay.
Oh no, you could see the thing, but with that 20, you also see, just as you're getting the aim correct, Misskiff pop up. To shoot it would now also to be also catching her in the collateral.
I do like the little one.
Head
At the
pops
same
out of
time, I also don't want Unusor to feel embarrassed the little one has to save him because he can't wear a tie. I'm
Starting
conflicted,
to
so I'm just gonna
bite
let her do
at
what
fa-
she's doing.
That's Nanza,
Yes.
you spot. No, as you're looking to try to see what is causing this, you can't see too much through the trees itself, but what you do see is a few more of them just slowly reaching down, as if getting ready to catch any other prey. Cog, with your 21, you do see. You see a reddish fur, tanned skin, elongated snout with sharp teeth, and a piercing red gaze.
I want to walk up to the archway just before and then cast a burning hand above Unusor.
Is it a vampire monkey?
Oh, it's a Fruzel.
They're back.
Can I?
Vampire freely.
It's a really.
Can I cast a burning hands on
So-
the archway above Unusor?
As you're lining up the shots, try to see if there's an opening there, Marquis. You all just see Nanza just stride up towards. Are you standing underneath or?
No, in front.
Okay.
Like right before you walk underneath.
You see them just move just before the archway, raise their hands up, start to cast Scorching. Oh,
Did
where
he
you
cut
cast
out for
Burning
anyone else
Hands.
again?
She did, yeah.
Oh, god damn it. You see them stride up towards where the hedges are, raise their hands up, and begin to cast Burning Hands onto basically the archway to burn away the plants.
Meanwhile, Misskiff is just biting whatever's wrapped around Unusor's neck.
Cog
biting the
will broadcast what Cog has seen to them.
And as you indeed burn the archway away, you will all see various shapes and critters and creatures just dart out from these bushes.
Emily,
What?
you cut out again.
There?
Yep.
I'm not seeing any connection issues on my end for it.
You've been cutting out most of the night, here and there.
Eh,
Weird.
Discord's just being antsy.
Huh.
Being a dick.
It's normally not me that cuts out, and I'm not having connection issues from any of you lot.
Nope.
Could it be
Try
your
rejoining
mic?
Discord. You might be having issues in that department.
Okay, give me a sec. I just need to quickly. Alright, so. What I was saying is, you see various creatures leaping out from the bushes as they're burned away from the spell. A few of them are easily recognizable. Birds, monkeys, a few kinds of lizards. And then you see the larger creatures start to leap out. The ones that the description of which is just being broadcast to your minds via Cog at the moment. Large, rat-like simians with like blood-red fur, tanned skin, and extremely long prehensile tails.
Haven.
And as one of their tails is gnawed upon and the flames get closer, it will release you in a sword and leap to safety.
Or it releases him.
Yeah, because it doesn't want to get burned.
Unusor took no shit, or Nanza took no shits.
Cowards!
Misskiff's just there, like gripped onto it, like tooth and claw, digging in, like trying.
This is where I'm going to ask. Miasma,
I
Yes.
don't think so.
roll me a history check with advantage.
Oh, okay.
You should know this.
I should, yeah. History. 22. So 19.
Yep. You've seen this species
Well,
before.
not 19. Yeah, no, 19.
Yep, you've seen this species before in your travels with the Devil Darlings.
The original.
Yep, these are Fruzels.
Yeah.
What
Okay,
the
you
fuck are
travelled with
Fruzels?
one. You travelled with one for most of the campaign because
Yeah.
you had one travelling with her all the time.
So,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
those of us who might not have ever heard of a Fruzel, what the
Possum
fuck is a Fruzel?
monkeys.
Rat monkeys.
I would
I
try to
can't remember
find
the name of Cody's one.
Freely.
Really, yeah.
I tried to find the pictures to help with describe it, but I don't think I ever saved it. All I've got is
Let
the
me
Cody
see.
dressed as Ash, but I didn't have the one with Freely as Bob.
Let me see, because they were like they were one image at one point.
Yeah, because I know that you've drawn them.
I did.
I think I had an image of them, but I think that was on the old laptop. I think. Let me just scroll down and see if I can
Voice
find
chat.
it.
Voice chat.
Yeah, that kind of situation. Only think with less fur on the tail and more like a whip-like tail. Because if I recall right, Freely was the alpha at that point and therefore had grown more muscular with the tail.
Yeah.
So these ones are not the alphas and therefore have more whip-like tails for lynching.
Yeah, but in D&D chat, oh sorry, in voice chat is the picture I drew of Freely
Yeah.
and Cody.
But yeah, no. Do any of them look like ones that I recognize?
No,
As in, like, you know.
none of them seem to be from Freely's tribe.
Because Freely's tribe were all awakened.
Yeah.
Whereas these ones
Ah,
clearly are not. Oh, come.
Yeah, no, she looks at all of these Fruzels just gathered around them and then looks to the rest of the party before just shaking her head. I should have known it was these things.
As it kind of like releases Unusor, she kind of goes with the tail of it before just like letting go and jumping back on him.
And they are pretty much fleet at this point.
But at
They
least
know-
do some damage to the tail. Like,
Yeah, the tail was gnawed on.
kind of looks to Unusor like, look before you leap.
I didn't leap! But I get your point.
Watch your step.
Look before you leap. But I didn't leap, and therefore I don't need to look, because I never leap, I run. But
Unusor gets the point that's trying to be made.
But with the arch now gone, you do feel the eyes of the castle back on you.
Oh no, it has eyes.
But you do also see...
So do the hills.
How many film references are we going to squeeze into this one session?
Good question.
I
But
mean, I feel like you got an episode title in the making here.
I've got several, and then I'm going to forget them by Monday.
I mean, so long as you never forget shenanigans.
Shall we continue our March of Doom?
Well, as long as the castle.
I don't see why not.
So
He's
up
kind
ahead,
of sat on Unusor's head, just kind of like licking blood off my paws.
up ahead is the doorway to the castle itself. Two large doors, kind of... You get the idea of like the old-fashioned kind of Gothic-style doors where it's like two sides that form the one door, and you push them open in the middle. So are you approaching?
Doors, can we enter?
The doors do not move.
Marquis, your plan does not work.
These ones aren't
What do you
sentient.
mean? What do my plans not work?
Cog will
I requested
push
that
one of
the
the
doors
doors.
part for us, and they did not. Sorry, I talked over you.
Oh, there's your issue. You're requesting a literal action from an inanimate and imaginary object.
As you
I asked the gates. Sorry, Cog, go on.
as you push cog, they do not open.
Like they're locked or they're blocked.
Like they're locked.
Are they made
Oh,
of wood?
wonderful! Lock picking time.
Did the doors look like they are flammable?
They
I'd
are.
like
mean,
to
yes.
cause any fire.
You realize that if you
Um,
light that on fire, you are entering into the fire, and therefore you will be within an oven for God knows how long, slowly being roasted alive.
just lift
It's
me up
okay,
the lock.
He's a red dragonborn.
I mean, at the
I'm-
same time, the person who is probably tall enough to reach the lock is trying to pick the lock at the moment as well.
Oh.
I'm with
Okay,
the fire.
I mean, he's resistant, but he's not immune.
So what are you trying to say, Dion?
She was saying lift me up to the lock as when Marquis was going up to it.
Unusor would lift her up to lock.
Okay. So
Kind of
you
looks
lift it up to the
Marquis.
lock. It's one of those
Well,
ones where you can like kind of see through to the other side.
Marquis was going to try and unlock it as well, so
Okay.
he'd get there first.
So you go to try and pick the lock.
What do you need me to roll?
Dex check, I'd say.
Thieves' tools. Just dex check, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 21.
As you pop them in to try and unlock it, strangely you don't feel any of the
Okay.
mechanisms
He
that would.
just got out again.
God damn it! I think it might be the volume I'm being up because I'm trying not to be
It
too
might
loud.
it might be the it might be the volume. I did hear mechanisms, that I heard.
Yeah. So you don't feel the mechanisms that would normally encompass a lock in there.
Right, so the lock is hollow.
Does that mean it's a magical lock?
No, it means it's an empty lock, which means that there's no mechanisms, which means pretty much easily. How big is the lock, by the way?
It's around an inch or two wide.
An inch or two wide. All right, so fairly decent. Looking at the door, does the door look magical?
Not entirely, no. Just looks to be solid iron.
Does the lock look magical?
Given it's still keeping the door locked and yet you don't feel any mechanisms to open the door via that, you could assume there may be some trick to it.
Are the
Hmm,
hinges on our side or their side?
Their
it's
side.
going to be on their side.
Darn it.
All right. Well, I suppose in this case and situation, if you don't have a means to get around magical locks to gates, I have something that I might try. But you do you first. I've already tried something, so you do you.
Are there any like cracks at the bottom of the door or anywhere that I
No.
could possibly squeeze through?
No.
How big's the lock?
2 inches wide.
It's 1 inch.
Damn.
Oh, 2 inches.
But so I did have an idea, and like not typically how the spell's used, but I do have a reason for why it could be. Are there any windows?
There's a few, but they're. Make me a history check just to try and remember something.
As she's doing that, Marquis is gonna lean down to the lock. Well, hey there. You want to let us in?
The lock does not respond. And Misskiff,
I mean,
you know that there's some reason why you think that wouldn't work. You can't exactly place what the information was, though. You
Can
just
I?
Oop.
So, feel free to say no.
Okay, no.
Uh,
Shouldn't have given her that ammunition.
but I want to summon my mage hand,
Okay.
and I want it to pick up my studded leather that I'm wearing.
Okay.
Conjoinment me. I don't weigh more than 10 pounds. So the idea is, because I can move it 30 feet at a time and it floats, I could hover myself up to a window.
So why the fuck have you been riding us like pack mules?
Because I don't know if this will work.
I'd like to actually take that idea, but run with it, seeing as we can literally see through the lock. Why don't you just summon the mage hand to open the door from the other side?
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought
How it's locked.
I'm surprised you didn't really think about this. I mean, I guess you are aware
Just
too.
there,
but
like,
sometimes,
floating.
sometimes you're not. But yeah,
Just already there,
yeah, I'll
like,
hold you.
floating, being held. It's like,
Let me just go check something as well, just before
it
we
says
carry on
it
this
can
one.
manipulate objects, which is why I'm saying it's grabbing the back of it's grabbing my armor instead of me. Sables do not weigh more than 10 pounds.
Not
No
for
way.
I think they're more so. I think they're more so checking whether or not it can open it, because this
Open,
door is obviously not
unlock.
normal.
It can open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour out the
But
contents of a vial.
I think this door is very obviously enchanted and magically locked, and so I think that's what they're checking on, is whether or not Mage Hand would be able to do what we're wanting it to do.
Okay, so
On
it
attack
isn't
item.
that I was checking. It was more a case of can Mage Hand pick up tiny creatures? And while you were putting it as you was using
No,
it
it's
on the
invisible.
armor that you was wearing, it's still saying no. In a way, I'm assuming this is just the fiffy way of saying no. Don't break the game with
Oh,
Mage
yeah.
Hand.
I don't.
So
Yeah, I get
Unless
it,
you've got
but I
Scanlan's
also
hand.
don't see why it wouldn't work.
Because that's not what the spell
it's to
does.
different. Yeah, so it's to differentiate. I know what Leigh's talking about now. The reason this is a thing is, Mage Hand can't. Mage Hand isn't supposed to be able to actually touch in lore, in Faerunian lore. It's not supposed to be able to touch people. It's an ethereal hand. It can manipulate objects, but it can't touch like organics and living people. This is the big difference between Mage Hand and Bigby's hand, or as Ranna said, Scanlan's hand.
Well, but it can store and retrieve things as well. It can
It's one of those things where the rules of the spell say something, and it's just to make sure that Mage Hand can't. I get why, because kobolds used to be way a lot less, and so it's to make sure like you can't fucking throw off small enemies or shit like that with just Mage Hand.
So,
but ultimately, DMs.
It's down to you, Leigh. I was just doing
yeah,
it like that because I thought it'd be an interesting way to use it, since I don't really use it at all.
yeah. So you wouldn't be use it to pick yourself up.
No, I mean the way I was. You know why? How I'm trying to do it by using it is to manipulate an item instead of me.
I know,
But
but you are wearing the items, and therefore no. Because if that was the
Okay.
case, you would then be able to use Mage Hand just to literally pickpocket someone from range.
You
Now,
can't do that. I can't do that right now.
No,
But-
I'm. Yeah, eventually they can, because it's your Leidenhaden, or however you pronounce it. I can't speak German.
It's There's a rogue subclass that can do that.
Yes, but
Fuck.
you have to take the subclass to do that. You can't just take mage hand to do that.
Yeah,
my
but
my
mage
question
hand
though,
is-
Leigh, and this is a reach just because I'm curious what your ruling is. But this is probably very much a reach. But I want to know if the mage hand was to pick something up and then Misskiff for a small creature was to be on that something. Would that still count as well in the definition of the spell? I'm assuming yes, but I'm just purely curious, so I thought I'd ask. Also, because I like posing these questions because
Yeah.
it makes sure they don't come up later.
I'm trying
because
to
it will
get
come
more
up
of an
later.
actual use out of mage hand for myself because I can't really use it any other way.
I mean, who needs
Like,
mage hand when you have Unusor hand?
Yeah,
kinda
but
useless
I was
to
about to
me.
say, no, the main reason we were on about you took mage hand was you don't have thumbs.
Yeah, but I can't do the things I need to do with it anyway. I can't use it to pick locks.
No,
I
but
can't
can use it to pick up and
manipulate
actually use
things.
objects. That
Yeah, but you
wouldn't-
can't use it to manipulate things dexterously like you have thumbs.
Yeah, no, unless you take arcane.
So it's kind of
Um,
useless to me. So I was trying to find a way to use it for a different purpose. You say no, but then I've just got a cantrip that I'm never going to fucking use ever again.
Pretty much, because I'm going to say that you can't
mean,
use it
you
to pick
can-
yourself up, otherwise it
you-
breaks the game because we just have a floating Misskiff
Yeah.
everywhere.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll just get
that-
fly
that-
eventually anyway.
I mean that. I mean,
Yeah,
Maybe
but
that,
middle of
that
the
being
session
said,
is not the
you-
place for this.
Yeah, you do get the ability to change your cantrips because you're sorcerer, right?
Yeah, but not for a while.
Yeah.
It's not
you
every.
can- you
You
can
can't
switch
do
it
it
out.
every level. It's like
Yeah. But on that note, so that doesn't work. But can they, if someone was to hold her to the key, can they summon it on the other side? Like what the Marquis was saying, or is that
Let me just check what the site readings
'Cause you-
for mage hand is.
because you did say that we could see through it, and so that was my original curiosity.
yeah, I won't be able to replace it till level 4.
A point you choose within range. You choose. Yeah, it just says appears at a point you choose within range, so you could look through and choose to summon your mage hand.
Yeah, but then I don't know what's on the other side. That like.
Pretty much.
Doesn't matter; they can't see it. Mage hand's invisible, so they'd have to have blind sight or true sight. So
I think,
I think she
Dion's
means more for her own
yeah,
perspective.
Like-
Dion's more a
Oh
case
yeah,
of
that's also fair.
she
She
won't be
can't
able to
fucking
s-
see it either. Yeah, no, yeah. Thank you for yeah.
I can't
That
see
makes
it, but I
sense now
also
too.
can't see what's on the other side of the door to be able to manipulate anything on the other side of the door to open it.
It's like fire
that-
is our
okay.
best option.
So, given people seem to be
No.
struggling with this, I'm going to say y'all can roll me. Okay. I won't tell you. I won't tell you. I won't tell you.
I purely want us to, because I'm loving this. I love
You know,
a good
okay,
locked door that the party
I'm gonna
stays
knock
at.
on the
and-
door.
You knock on the door and there's no answer.
Fair
I
enough.
want to kick in the door.
Make me a strength check.
Is it just the lock that's enchanted? Am I that dumb?
Watch as it's a normal fucking door.
You boot
It's a
the
normal
door.
door and it's just a lock enchanted.
You boot the door. There's a resounding ringing noise, like a. But the door remains steady.
Question: This is a two-sided door, right? With the
Yes.
lock in the middle.
Yes.
The lock is, from when I tried to pick the lock, it's empty, but it's metal. It's a metal lock and a metal door, right?
Yes.
I can't believe I'm going to fucking say this.
Firebolt.
Mm.
I'm
I
still
can't
laughing
believe
at the
I'm
fact
going
that
to
we
fucking
found a
say
door
this.
that Marquis can't just walk through.
That's because it's a fucking gate. It's not a door.
No, this one is a
Palaces
door.
don't have doors. They have a gate.
But this is a castle.
It's also not the door that's the issue, it's the lock. The door doesn't exist, but the lock's in my way. And it'd be rude for me just to move around the lock because the lock's doing its job. But I can't believe I'm going to fucking say this. Unusor, I need you to light the lock on fire.
I wish to breath weapon the lock.
I'll move it out of the way.
I want to point out that it is a beam.
Yep. You take a deep breath. You
You
shoot your beam
basically
at the door.
Godzilla beam it.
You see the door and the lock begin to glow red with heat, as if it spreads through, before it quickly dissipates across the entirety of the door, spreading out the heat to the point where it does not damage anything.
Kind of looks at us like, Minosaur, can you do that again?
Yes.
Can you do it again and still have it able to be done later?
Just quickly as well, because she's been silent throughout all this and the football match ended. Are you still there, Rebecca?
Yes, I'm still here. It's so tense. I'm currently
Okay,
waiting to see what
you-
the Netherlands score is.
Do you need an update of what's happened here?
Yeah, because it's been so tense. They've been scoring back and forth everywhere.
I mean, I think the football match is over now anyway, isn't it?
The football match is over, but we've got to wait another 2 minutes because if Netherlands scores one more, we're out.
Fair. So,
But it's stressful.
Come on, Netherlands.
You've gotten to
Oh,
a
you're
large.
playing the Netherlands.
You've gotten to a large metal door. There is a lock that is 2 inches wide that the party cannot unlock. That does go straight through to the other side of the door to the castle itself.
Yeah.
They've tried hitting it with fire spells and that hasn't worked. Tried booting the door down and that hasn't worked.
Mhm.
Bloob can go through it.
I will go through it.
And there was the answer.
That's
Also, because you're playing the Netherlands, I am obliged to say to go fuck yourself.
Because I was just going to post this there, yes. Remember, plasmoids, they could go
yeah,
through.
like was that the only way of doing this?
No, there was another way. But none of you had a way of contacting the vampire himself.
Oi, dickhead!
I'm fine with this. This was my other thing that I was going to do with the fire. I was just going to tell the Plasmoid to do as the Plasmoid did, but I also knew she was watching football and I didn't want to interrupt her.
Basically, I would try to find ways to incorporate the party into stuff. This is the way to helpfully incorporate Bloob into stuff. So, they should all try to figure out ways. You just see Bloob just sliver up. Just start to press their face against it. And just slowly slide through the lock.
Huh.
Bloob, you are now on the other side and actually in the castle itself. Do you find
Okay.
yourself in a large entrance hall?
Oh no.
Essentially put, the best way to describe this is, you've seen the first Resident Evil, haven't you?
Yes.
Think the main entrance hall of that. You know,
Okay.
you've got 2 rooms off to the side, one to the left, one to the right, and a large staircase going up.
Is there any way to open the door that I've just gone through?
Maybe an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh, what the hell?
That would have been a 6.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know I had advantage on.
It's fine. You're looking around. You don't see too much there. That sticks out to you, but I am going to roll for a certain little shit in your head. As you hear Bernard the Third communicate to you and tell you, is it just me, or does there seem to be like a little space for an handprint there to the left?
Where? To the left?
To the left. I know you technically don't have hands, but I'm pretty sure if you squeeze enough of your stickiness into that, it'll form into an hand shape eventually if you just keep pushing.
Well, let's try it.
So, at the risk of tangenting a bit, for those of us not entirely familiar with the accent, did you say Bernard the Third or Bernard the Third?
Third is in the number 3.
Ah, third. Okay, cool.
So you're all waiting outside, and then you hear a click sound, and the doors begin to slide into the walls themselves.
That's why they weren't even fucking doors. He told you, mythical. They were fucking walls, sliding walls. Good job, Blue.
What are doors but walls that move?
You see Bloob just turn around. One of the arms is still like the little nub. The other one has just been squished into what seems to be an actual human hand.
It's a sticky hand.
Sorry, I was muted there. I was going to say high five, but I'm worried that might break your hand.
Sorry, I'm still loving. My mind's still on the thingy of was this the only way to do so? They're like, technically no, but the other
No,
ways
well,
would have been worse.
there wasn't much of another way to get around that.
Not without making yourselves extremely known more so than you already are.
They know we're coming anyway.
Good. Let them fear our advance.
So,
The man that went down multiple times in a fight against a giant spider. But yes, let's do it!
Or, you know, the one that's been chokeholded by a fucking monkey.
it's fine. It only takes a few hits from a stop sign.
Maybe he shouldn't be the one to advance. No offense, Unusor, but it feels like every time you advance forward, something bad happens to you.
I'm gonna hop onto Nanza's shoulder.
Okay.
Just be like, I no longer want to sit on you. You keep dragging me into things that I really don't want to be in.
I
That
think
is fair.
That
You
is in the
can
brain
be-
chain, right?
Yeah.
No, that
you
will
can
be
be-
like, I am not sure if my shoulder is the best option then.
You're not charging into every opening you see so far.
Actually, you know what? I think it would be a good idea if they were, and then behind them would be Unusor, like our own 2 Vanguard. That way Unusor isn't going into situations alone, or at least situations where he's alone when it comes to physical prowess. No offense, Misskiff. You are pretty good on the mental side of things, but physical side of things, there's much to be
tiny.
desired.
So,
Yes, you're tiny.
you all step into this entranceway. The door remains open.
I would like to be clear that I pull my shield and my trident.
Okay. No one seems to come greet. No one seems to come fight. There's just the staircase and the 2 doors.
Hero manners.
The 2 doors are here.
One to the left, one to the right.
You didn't catch what I did there, huh?
No, I did not.
2 doors are here. Cough, cough, and the royal family. Okay. I got it, Ranna. I got it.
Thank you, Santa. I love you for that.
Actually, kind of a shame that the Americans in the group were the ones that made and got that.
I got it, but like,
It wasn't funny, but it was funny. Also, Leigh, are we supposed to be seeing a map, or is it all
It's
theater?
Yeah.
of the mind?
theater of the mind, because otherwise I'd have to set
Okay.
up 40 different maps.
I
yeah,
just wanted to make
it was
sure.
just black, that's why I was like, I was a bit.
It shouldn't be all black. You should be on the.
No, I can see the screen where it's got all our faces. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure because I know Roll20's been having issues with moving screens lately.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm eating pot pies, and there's a bunch of doors and walls, so the Marquis isn't doing anything because nothing exists here.
Can
Well, I mean, you
I
believe in stairs at least.
Or hopefully floors.
pull out the
Well, obviously.
Can I pull out the shell and like see if it reacts stronger in different directions?
It reacts in all 3 directions.
Does it react any differently? Because it reacts the closer we get to my body.
Nope. All 3 are the same reaction.
That shouldn't be right. I don't like that.
Maybe it's broken.
Try turning it on and off again.
I think I can turn it
I
on
find
and
that
off
offensive.
So, what is your action now?
Let's check all 3 of them.
Okay, so which one are you going through first?
Which one do you think, Misskiff? What does your instinct say?
So what's the kind of layout in here? Is it like 2 doors and then stairs, or like 3 doors, or?
As I said, think like the original Resident Evil's first room that you enter.
So
There's
the
2 doors to the side and
staircases-
then a staircase going upwards.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was. I'm not sure, but if he's like hanging out in a fancy throne room, would it be upstairs or like downstairs?
If I was rich and important, I wouldn't even be in the throne room. I would be hanging out in my bed with breakfast, which would be upstairs, wouldn't it?
Beings of a high ego usually like to perch higher up.
Unless they're scared of heights.
They like to like look over things, don't they? So like look down on everyone.
But also, aren't we being attacked from the up? Therefore, wouldn't they want to go down?
Yeah. Can I like? I don't even know what it smells like, but like I'm guessing death. But like, can I hop down and like sniff around to see if I can pick up any like particularly strong scent from any of these directions?
Maybe a perception check based on smell.
I have advantage.
All 3 of them give off what can only be described as a highly concentrated mixture of different smells all formed into one. But the oddest part is all 3 of them have that same scent.
But is it stronger in any particular direction?
No.
Is there any different smell in any direction?
No.
In fairness, we were told that this place has an attitude and might mess with our minds. In that decision, I think... Flip a coin?
Flip a coin.
Yeah.
Heads we go up, tails we stay down?
Can I try something else first?
No, please, feel free. Coin is a sacred right, so...
It's a bit unorthodox, but I am a psionic spellcaster and user. And my main way of talking is connecting telepathically to people.
Okay.
Can I use that ability to reach out for other minds to try and see if I can detect any other minds? Close.
I would like to warn you that we do know that a bunch of illithids are currently attacking.
I don't think it doesn't go that far. Like...
Neither does Cogs, but she still got mind bumped.
Mind bumped.
Still kind of want to reach out and see if I can detect any other mines in the vicinity.
Okay. So you close your eyes and you focus, and you reach out to try and reach whatever mines you can. Which door are you trying to do this through?
She'd probably, because I think like she's more on the side of they're probably, if they're throwing runes anywhere, it's probably upstairs.
Okay.
So she's probably projecting upwards.
Okay.
Try and detect anyone up there.
I'm going to need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah, that seems extremely about right for what's happened here. As you get a feedback. You sent many mines all at once, all the way through many different rooms, all of which looping back on each other. You even sent your friend's mines several times over.
Right.
Do they have copies of us here?
You start to get the worst headache you have ever had.
It's sealed, which is perfect if you're planning on an attack from a bunch of illithids.
Just kind of like doubles over on Nanza's shoulder.
I still think
'Cause
if
this
the
is-
elephants are attacking, we need to use the gambit technique.
I very gently pat
Actually,
Misskiff.
this place is genius because illithids require that to even communicate at a basic level because they can't physically speak, which means this entire place destroys their entire lane of chain of command.
If that's the case, then Psychic Whispers would be just as bad. Which means
In fairness, though, they don't use psychic whispers.
Yeah,
They
but
use,
Misskiff speaks psionically.
My question
That is
is,
true.
how will this affect the brain chain?
That's my point. Psychic Whispers is a psionic ability that allows me to speak to other people.
I'm assuming it's not affecting the brain chain as much because it's smaller
But if
than
it
if you
cuts
would
off,
try and reach it out.
but what I mean is, if it cuts off illithid communication that way.
Yeah, but the illithid brain chain is much larger. So it's if we're seeing it as a form of frequency, that's the equivalent of you having an elephant charge at a wall compared to having a hedgehog charge at the wall.
We can nip this in the bud right away. Leigh, what's the condition of the brain chain?
Yeah, what is the
The
condition
brain
of the
chain
brain chain?
between you all, when it comes to Misskiff, is severed.
Yeah,
It's
there
severed.
we go.
Okay, so we are fucked. All right. In that case, coin flip.
I mean, we're fine
Second
if
right.
Misskiff is not.
Actually, no, we're not fine.
How about Cog?
Is Cog and Marquis cut off from each other?
Nope, you're all fine. It's more a case of as soon as the synaptic feedback hits Misskiff and caused her to double over like that, it knocked her connection off from everyone else for now.
It's not defensive, it's offensive. Okay, all right. So long as you don't try and attack it psionically, I see now. So if you it's basically saying, hey, keep to your fucking level, don't try to expand. Interesting. Again, genius, because again, illithids don't use magic, it's all psionic. So most sacred of coin flips, as we're grabbing out a coin. The coin, the penultimate coin, the one, the only, the one with the scales. And we're flipping it. One is heads. We're going upstairs. Marquis is at least.
I am gonna follow because I really need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Go to the bathroom.
So, as you all follow, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I have to. Yeah. I'm on Nanza's shoulder, double, curled up.
Okay. Let me just quickly do that. You walk up the stairs, and there's a brief moment of blackness as you transition from room to room. And you find yourself in what seems to be a large chapel. There seems to be, yet again, the staircase going down and two rooms. One to the left, well, two doors. One to the left, one to the right. There are it's basically like a long room. Think like one of those kind of long church things with other pews to the side. There are large stained glass windows depicting various beasts and creatures. And right in the middle seems to be a water font. I don't know if that came through for everyone or not, because everyone's silent.
Water
It did.
font?
Okay, yep, a water font. Basically, do you know like the water things that you see priests use to baptize babies and such?
Yeah. Interesting. Anybody hear the snipping of scissors? Or the barking of dogs? No? Alright. Good. We're not in a Konami game. Or a Capcom game. Wait, was
What do
Clock
you mean?
Tower? Who made Clock Tower?
Misskiff a
Capcom
very
published the third one.
a very
Yeah.
disgruntled growl.
Tried to think who did the other two.
Yes, I agree, Misskiff. This is an unfortunate situation. Cog, can you attach them to the brain chain
Made
again?
Clock
Yes.
Tower.
I need to create the brain chain again. It was destroyed.
We must link minds.
But I can make it again. It just takes a minute.
I
So
misheard and I misheard you and heard that you
Technically,
can
I
wait.
can't connect everyone to the brain chain.
so it
I
was.
don't
Sorry.
to do so.
So it was Human
you-
Entertainment that made the first two. Well, technically the first three. The fourth one, which is Clock Tower 3, which is confusing, was co-produced
It
by
is confusing.
Capcom and Sunsoft.
Okay,
But
yeah.
the remake
Did
of
we
the
lose?
first game is being done by Way Forward.
We
lost
lost
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Yeah, she
Yep,
said she had to go
She
to
said
be
she
it.
had to go.
They're talking about making another one.
Yep, it's a remake of the first game by Way
and I
Forward.
love that.
The people that
I
have
love
done
that.
all these Shantae games, if I recall.
I'm going to just use an action to connect myself to Hog and to Nanza since I'm on their shoulder.
Okay.
And this will last for D6. 4 hours. But I can only connect to you two.
I mean,
Oh.
Cog can broadcast whatever you need broadcast.
That's what we were doing before, because I could only connect to 2 people, and then 2 people, not including myself. And then that's it.
Okay, so is there anything any of you are doing in this room?
It's a chapel, right?
Yes.
There's a little water. Oh, is there anything in the water fountain? Like, is there water?
Are you going up to check?
Yes.
Sure, why not? I mean, somebody's got to be trap baits, and might as well be the giant hippo.
So, you wander over
And the
to
pen Cog.
you wander over to check the water font. It is
Yes.
indeed filled with water, but the closer they get, the more you can see an image trapped in the water. Oop, just been hit at it. Okay. No worries. But yes, you see an image trapped in the water.
Huh.
An image of a creature stalking the chapel itself. as you see it slinking between the pews, watching the party.
Just watching?
Just watching and biding its time for now. You both may roll me a nature check.
Nature check.
BRB.
Aye. Marquis, you're not quite sure what it is. You're sure that you've probably seen some of these before, but you're struggling to place the name. You've seen one feline, you've seen them all. As far as you know, this may just be Miasma on all fours. Cog.
Hmm.
Cats aren't supposed to have that many legs. Cats aren't supposed to have tentacles coming out the back.
Displacer.
Displacer beast.
Good. I could use a new cloak.
Unless we're trying to make invisibility cloaks. And even then, I'm not sure how that'd work.
It just seems to be moving between the pews, watching you all.
In the little connected psionic the Marquis and Cog often have up, Marquis will basically be like, now I know sometimes I see a bit of wild things, but do you see the big pussycat in the water?
Yes.
Interesting.
Pussy
Do you know
cat,
what it
pussy
is?
cat.
It's safe to assume that I did know the name in
Yes.
character, right? Like,
You know it's a displacer beast.
Displacer beast.
That sounds actually kind of badass. Should we tell the others or should we pretend that it's not there?
Given it looks like it's stalking, it may be best to tell them.
I see.
Keeps moving between the pews, occasionally turning as it does, and you
Now-
catch a glimpse of its bright blue eyes as it does so.
Now it's there. And we can see it through the water, right?
Mm.
Oh, go on now.
Something's off about that, though. From what you remember seeing of displacer beasts, anytime you've seen them fully grown like this wandering around, they've always had yellow eyes, not blue.
It's undead.
The eyes are different.
Does that mean?
You want me to roll to see if there's anything else I noticed that's particularly different?
Nature check.
Nature.
The fact that it's not using its tentacles to project an illusion does seem a bit odd. As well as obviously the eye situation as said. The only time you've seen eyes like this has been on cubs.
Huh.
But this looks fully grown.
So this could be a cub displaying a illusion.
So we think that one's the illusion. Interesting.
Objects in a mirror may appear larger than they are.
In that case,
Objects in the mirror
Marquis
may
is looking
appear
around the
larger than
pool
they
of
are.
water because we can only see the thing in the water, right?
Yep.
Does Marquis see anything near the water, like around the water on our side?
You mean like where it's connecting to the font as such, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shimmering.
Because if we can see through the water shimmering.
Yes.
Or something else is shimmering. So the water is shimmering.
Yes.
The water is an illusion.
Marquis is the water an illusion? The Marquis is gonna go ahead and he's gonna take out a small little pebble and he's gonna drop it into the water. Does the water
Drop
ripple?
the pebble into the water. As you drop it in, where it would land in the water, basically on the image, you see the displacer beast just kind of jump away as a large boulder now appears where it was.
Oh, that is interesting.
Fascinating! No, wait. What if this is not an illusion? But what if things literally in the mirror are bigger on the other side? It's a gateway, Cog. It's a gateway to a realm of massive proportions.
Back.
I imagine if you go in there, you'd be absolutely massive.
Yes, I'd be too big for the damn place. However,
Drops
we could do one of
Misskiff in.
two things. We could do one of
Drops
two things. We
Misskiff.
could drop. We could drop Misskiff in, or we bring
Pull it out.
the water to. Well, I guess we could do that as well. I was gonna say we could bring the water to it, but yeah, we could pull it out. Do you have a way to pull it out?
Hmm.
Am I the only one now worried we might accidentally make a kaiju Misskiff?
Hold on. Let me. Marquis is gonna proceed to. He's gonna take off his hat. He's just like, reaches in. He's gonna be like, wait a second. He reaches in. He's gonna take out a teacup. He's gonna drop the teacup in the water.
There is now a large teacup. Basically,
In the
do you
room
know
itself.
the teacup brides kind of size of teacup?
Yeah.
That.
And this is in the room that we are currently in, like this
It's in
massive
the
coin and this.
it's in the water
It's in the
reflection.
other.
Ah,
It's
okay,
in the.
okay.
It's in the other side.
Yes.
If this in itself is the illusion, it is entertaining. What should we do? Should we drop Misskiff in here?
I mean, Misskiff will jump down to look into the water from her
Nudge.
perch.
Yep.
They're just kind of looking.
Marquis is full dead force looking at Cog. He's got the coin in his hand. Heads or tails?
Heads.
All right. You're the voice of reason. I'm the voice of chaos. So tails. Oh, it's tails. Marquis is just nudging Misskiff into the water. This is how Cog and Marquis decide things. Cog is the voice of reason. Marquis is the voice of chaos. The coin says all. It's sacred.
So, Misskiff, as you're staring into the water, you feel a nudge from behind quickly. And you see the water getting closer.
No, I can't swim.
Bloop.
Okay, I don't think you need to.
Are you going to try and grip onto anything, or are you going to fall?
She'd scramble, but I think because she was on the lip of it, I don't think she'd have anything to grab onto.
Fair. So, Misskiff, you fall into the water. You expect to feel yourself flailing, drowning. Instead, you feel the floor. You look around.
I'm gonna point out this is the same energy as me throwing Lendry in the scrying pool.
Oh, you have no idea how fucked Landry is.
You look around. You find yourself in what seems to be a smaller version of the room you were just in, with a teacup, a pebble, and as you slowly turn around to where the displacer beast was, you see a cub. a displacer cub, just looking nervously at you.
I was trying to look at it.
Just
Hello,
continues
breakfast.
staring.
Please tell me we see.
You see
Please
a
tell me we
large,
see
basically you see the equivalent of like a war ferret kind of thing.
Right.
I'm going to. Okay.
Brain chain be done. Marquis is like, yes, I
Although-
did it.
no.
I made Misskiff big.
The best way to put it, and I don't know if everyone will get this, but do any of you know what the actual size of a ferret is from Pokemon?
No.
I think it's
Yes,
about
yes, it's
size,
fucking
but
massive.
Trainer, if not bigger.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's the size of a fucking train. Yeah.
I'm going to just do something for a second because this is going to be a thing to see whether Misskiff is going to be nice to this thing or not. She doesn't like cats.
So we were
Misskiff just panics.
Misskiffzilla panics.
Okay. She's gonna look at it. Bare her pointy fangs.
Nah.
And just be like, kind of, would I know if Displacer Beast can talk telepathically?
That's a good question.
Cog. New question. How do we get Misskiff out of there?
You don't roll a new character.
Can I see
Right,
if I
should've
can reach
thought
in
about
and
that
pull them
before.
out?
Right, I'm coming back as Kismith.
The warfare.
Oh my god, please tell me just a giant robot hand emerges from the fucking earth to grab them.
I find it
Yeah,
bad
it's-
that. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Displacer beasts do not have a language of their own, but are intelligent enough to understand common. They use
Okay, they can
howling
understand
vocalizations to
language. That
communicate.
means they understand enough. They can know a language. They can understand a language. It means telepathy works with them.
Just means
So
that
I'll
they wouldn't
connect-
be able to communicate back.
No, they can telepathically if they understand language.
They understand language, they can't speak it, so even then they wouldn't be able to speak anything back to you besides just purrs and meows, is what Leigh's saying.
Pretty much.
But telepathically, they don't
Yeah,
have to
but
be able to speak.
if it's speaking, because you're telepathically telling it stuff, it
but
can't
it's
just
the same with stuff.
telepathically tell you that.
I guess
But
it's
it's the same with other spells that
get-
speak telepathically. They don't have to be able to speak physically as long as they understand the language.
Yeah, but I guess it's the equivalent of putting it this way.
Yeah.
If telepathy was a real thing, you had someone who was, for example, German. They could understand English, but they couldn't speak English. If you
Yeah, they
spoke
have no
telepathically to the
concept.
German, you wouldn't get English back. You'd get German back.
Yeah, it can't
But-
formulate the words because it's never it's
has
you
no
can get like the
concept of the
emotions and the
words.
meaning. Like we're not saying you can't understand it and it can't understand you. What I'm saying is it
No,
doesn't
but-
speak common back to you. You get like emotions and stuff or
But what
meows.
I'm trying to get across is that in a lot of telepathic ruling for D&D, it says they don't need to be able to speak it.
Yeah, no, they don't have to speak it. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
what I'm
Okay.
saying is that you just get like it's funny that you just get meows back, but you know what it's saying from that.
yeah, like I'd hear meows, but I'd know what it's trying to say. That's kind of what the telepathy does usually. And a lot
As
of
DM ruling.
D&D spells. A lot of it, it's just they don't have to be able to speak the language as long as they understand it for you to be able to speak with them telepathically.
The creature understands you if the two of you share a language,
Yes.
but it has no languages listed for a displaced beast. It's a line.
But it understands common.
Yes, but understanding and sharing are not not the same thing.
Yeah, they do specify in a few occasions where things can understand languages, but they also specify it can
Yeah.
understand and speak.
That is fair because like I can understand Spanish, but I can't speak a damn. Like if I was to actually speak Spanish to an actual Spanish speaker, I'd know what they're saying. They wouldn't know what the fuck I'm saying.
I mean,
Yep.
like I said, it just comes down to DM ruling at the end of the day.
The interesting part as well with these kind of things, when it comes to these monsters, where with this situation, they can't initiate a telepathic conversation, but likewise they can't terminate one either.
No,
So
but I
if
can initiate.
Yes, you can initiate and you can terminate, but once you initiate it, you're the only one that can terminate it. Since it can't speak the language, it cannot terminate it for you.
if I may interject for just a moment, Leigh, just to get a little bit of a further ruling. Where does the speak with animals fall under then?
Uh,
You're speaking to something that can't speak common.
It's not a beast.
Hmm.
Speak with animals usually pertains to animals. Displacer beasts are not.
you get the
yes,
ability to
sir.
comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. Okay. Yeah, speak with animals is a different case entirely, as that is purely about trying to speak with animals. Whereas telepathy, I'm assuming, is more along the lines of you're supposed to be using that on other sentient creatures that can
Yeah.
speak.
Okay,
I-
just curious.
Using it on something that, you know, is it's because it's not a beast either. So that it wouldn't work on it. But just in terms of ruling stats anyway.
Yeah.
Because it has to be on a beast or an animal of some kind. Whereas displacer beasts are monstrosities, I
So,
think. But anyway, I'll try and connect with it telepathically through telepathic speech.
and what are you saying?
Are you threat, cat?
It remains backed up in the corner, and you get. Since you can't understand anything that it would try to say, and it can't really say anything, you will get feelings of emotions instead.
Yeah, it'll try and project what it's
Yes.
feeling essentially
You
instead.
feel fear.
Are you stuck?
Confirmation.
Just for visual reference, who's bigger that in this point? Misskiff or the cat?
The cat would still be.
Yeah, if it's going off like actual size, I'm still 13 inches tall, and a displacer cub is bigger than me.
Yep, given everything scales
It's
up with that,
also
the displacer beast would be bigger.
it's also a baby as well. Like keeping that in mind too.
Yeah, but a displacer cub is still bigger than 13 inches.
Yeah, but no, I mean its mind is that of a baby's though, which is
Yeah.
why it's afraid, even though it's bigger.
Have you been here long time?
Confirmation.
Trying to think of how to word this, because it's basically like yes or no answers for the most part.
You're dealing with fucking Elcor from Mass Effect.
Could in theory it could technically try and show me memories, but like it's difficult to say whether it'd understand enough to do that. But it's like because I'm trying to figure out how long it's been here. Is there a way out?
You just feel sadness. Not as if it's saying that there is no way out. More a case of it can't find a way out.
I'm gonna like look at where I fell from.
You don't see the water entrance.
I don't see my friends at all. Am I still connected to the brain chain?
Nope.
So they can
Oh.
see me, I can't see them, and I can't talk to them.
You seem to be in the same room that you were in before, just smaller, and therefore you cannot fit through any of the doors and down the stairs anymore.
Hmm.
Essentially put, you're in a trapped room.
Just kind of like thinks in her own things. The cat will hear this as well, but just like it's most just to herself, just like, well, I guess I'm in another cage.
The rest of you
Quick,
will,
find a potion that says "drink me."
the rest of you
Hopefully
will
not a
see
year
the
time.
larger Misskiff just kind of spin on the spot around the room, trying to look around. Looks directly out at you all, but doesn't seem to see any of you.
They just see like as she's thinking that, the ears just kind of droop.
Hmm.
It's like,
Interdimensional. Cog, you want to reach and grab her? Or
What
somebody?
did you do to the lizard?
Try.
What did I do? Well, I sent them to the other realm. Made them bigger.
I sent them to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
I mean, if Unusor looked in the water, he'd see.
Battle Mammal has become bigger. Battle Mammal.
Yes.
That is true. Reach it and grab it, Unusor. Take your battle mammal.
She's also kind of thinking to
Also,
herself,
the
while
other
it's
battle
going on.
mammal.
Just like, I
We-
should stop going near things with these people. They seem to have no care for my safety.
We have
Can I
traded a
reach it and
Misskiff for a
grab?
cat.
I reach in to try
I'm
and
all
grab the
care
battle
for your
mammal.
safety. So it's not my fault that the gods said screw you.
You can't hear it.
So,
I know.
for those on the other
Oh, we're
end,
just-
the little cat and the Misskiff. As you're waiting around, Misskiff, you feel something just like grip hold of your armor, and you feel like a pulling sensation as you enter the darkness again and find yourself being held by Unusor.
Can I
You're
pull the
enough, little
tongue
one.
out?
I have rescued you.
Am I
Oh, she's small again.
Am I reconnected to the brain chain on exit?
If you want to reconnect it, yes. It's not an
I kind of
automatic
have
thing.
to. I have to like use psionic dye for it. That's the problem.
Just
So I
Cog
now
immediately
can't
like,
speak
oh,
to
welcome back.
anyone but one person at a time.
Remember, it does just
Give me
automatically
a
connect to
slide.
everyone if you use it.
No, it doesn't. I can connect to two people. One was Cog, who broadcasted it to everyone else.
Yeah.
No, you
You
have
also had your
broadcast it
item.
to everyone.
Yeah,
Huh?
you had the item as well. You have the
Oh, the
magical item
item.
that you were given. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still have to use that just broadcasts it to everything though.
Everyone.
No, I think Leigh ruled that it creates a brain chain between all of us.
No, it doesn't. It broadcasts.
No, it's
The
a brain
brain
chain.
chain
Yeah, but
psionic whispers.
yeah, but no. I mean, I think Leigh ruled with this one in particular because that's why it was given to you.
Yeah.
No, when she gave it me, she said broadcasted.
Yep, it broadcasts to the party.
You said it
yeah.
broadcasted to everyone.
Yes, everyone
No,
be
in
the
my
party.
in my notes it's in my notes it's broadcast to the party, which is
Yeah.
But
why
then
I'm fairly
no,
sure.
because we had this issue when I was broadcasting to an entire tavern.
I do recall that.
Did we? Was
Yeah.
I there for? Was that the session that I wasn't there for?
Because they were like going off about tieflings, and I was getting really angry at the bartender, and it was broadcasting to everyone.
I believe that was due to your emotions.
It wasn't, because it happened several times
Okay,
since I got it. It broadcasted just everything. I asked specifically about that, and it's why I stopped doing it.
On that note, though, as I
And
don't
also
think I was
why
there for that session,
And also
because
why I went down this route, so then I could do brain chains that are only for the party. Because there was an innate flaw in this hat. Because it just broadcasted what I was
In that
saying.
case, I may have gotten something wrong during that pub part, because it is supposed to be just to the party.
Right. It wasn't just the pub part, though. It was ever since I got it. And it's why I stopped using it. and was only using the psychic whispers.
Which is weird, as I basically gave you that thing to be like, yeah, look, use that, create the brain drain for the party.
Yeah, but that wasn't the way it worked. You just when you gave it me, you just said it broadcasts what I'm thinking. And when I asked for clarification, you said no to everyone, not just
Oh
the
well,
party.
something
I think,
to standardize going forward then.
Yeah. It's still a
Yeah.
party.
It's
Okay,
yep,
cool.
just put
'Cause-
forward to the party.
That was the problem because like I was
I
asking,
feel
can I
like-
specify it just to the party? And you're like, no, it just broadcasts.
I feel like this is definitely a conversation we've had before. I don't remember that session, but I feel like we've had this conversation
We
before
have.
because in my
Yeah.
notes it says broadcaster party, which is why I was confused.
In
That
mine,
being
it just
said,
says broadcasts in general.
yeah. That being said, Marquis is dipping his hand into the pool and he's grabbing the cat as well.
Okay. So as
He kind of the kitten's scared.
Yeah. I will ask Misskiff if they are unharmed. That if they are harmed, do they wish me to rent the But I'm assuming I see the displacer in the water.
Indeed, as you do indeed see
The kitten's just scared.
Marquis reach in.
So you do not wish it rendered limb from limb?
No, it's a baby. Just because I don't like cats doesn't mean I want to kill it.
So Marquis reaches in, gets it by the scruff of the neck. As it just kind of flails before being picked up and out of the water.
Hello, little friend.
You'll see just a little displacer cup being held.
Hi. Can it speak a language cog?
I think you can understand, but can't speak it.
Wonderful. Oh, actually, that's difficult.
It can affect its emotions. I was talking to it a bit.
Hello, my emotional little feline associate. Might I ask where the hell we are and what's going on in here? That won't work, will it?
I don't think it knows. It's been stuck in there for a
Hmm.
long time. It.
Ah, yes, this one might work. Are you okay? Are you all right?
Are you still connected to it, Misskiff?
Yeah.
Fear and panic.
I'll kind of look at it and telepathically go back. It's like,
They're not going to hurt you. They got you out of there, didn't they? Calm down.
I've got the perfect friend for you. You're going to be wonderful pals. Absolutely amazing.
just kind of looks at the Marquis. Don't put him in your hat.
I'm not gonna put him in my hat. And he's gonna, as he says this, he's lifting up Miasma's hat, putting the
No.
cat on Miasma,
No,
and putting the
no,
hat back
no,
down.
do not.
It's a cat on a cat.
Okay, so
A hat's a bag of holding.
Ah.
so
Marquis doesn't know it's a bag of holding. Nobody's told him this.
So Miasma.
Yes.
They've basically Marquis has reached in, grabbed the displacer beast that was in the image by the scuffed neck, pulled out a kitten of a it's supposed to be cub. Said he knows a perfect place to keep it. Has walked over to you, picked up your hat. At this point, the alchemy jug falls out because it did bonk down the head. Places the cub on top of your head, and then goes to lower the hat onto it.
She just puts her hands up and is like, no, they won't be able to breathe.
Oh,
She like flips it over and just shows him the entrance to the hat. That's just this black void.
Ah. That would
when
be
were
a
you
worm.
gonna tell us about the fact that you've got a wormhole in your hat?
I forgot.
Marquis is gonna reach into the hat. He's gonna see if he can grab anything. Like
The bag man grabs you.
Marquis is gonna pull the bagman out if he thinks he can drag a ton man.
Do you know what the worst part is? I was about to say that before you made the pun. Just the idea of something grabs you back. So you reach into the bag of holding.
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it? This is where Miasma stores her zombies. I
Sorcerer.
completely forgot about that.
And so there's that one meme with like the person who just put a bunch of fireballs into a bag of holding and unleashed about 40 of them at
So-
once.
You feel, you reach in, and you feel an object just brush against the tips of your fingers.
We've got Chaz in here.
Are you taking hold?
I don't know if I want to.
Go ahead. Listen, if it hasn't killed me else, mate, it probably won't kill you.
I'm not worried about it killing us. I'm worried about finding out something new. You know what? Fuck it. We'll pull it out. What am I pulling out of the hat?
At first, it looks like a head. Until you see the sunken cheeks, the milky white eyes, and the flaking off skin. As it just lets out, a.
What the fuck is it?
It's a zombie.
Hi.
Oh, there is a zombie. Okay.
Hey,
It's not a necromancer.
you didn't tell us you had a boyfriend. Wait, it is a boy, right? He's gonna look down into the hat.
I don't think you can tell at this point.
Gonna still mentally connected
Sorry.
to the displacer beast. What's its current state sat on top of Miasma's head?
Panic now that it's seeing a zombie coming out of the hat.
Yeah,
Just
Put it back in. She's like, put it back in. Put it back in. She like starts to grab like its face and push you get back in the hat.
What? Okay, all right. That's no way. That's no way to treat your significant other, Miasma. A relationship
I don't have a significant other.
is a two-way thing.
Scaring the kitten.
Anybody that
push it
I'm
back
sorry,
in.
Kitty Cat. I'm sorry, Kitty Cat. If you could cover your ears, we're having a bit of a family quarrel right now.
Don't put the
Why-
cat in the bag holding. There's
Why do you have? Why do you have? What was that?
It was an undead zombie under my control.
Well, obviously, who was it?
I don't know. It was a pile of bones when I
You
was-
don't know. You don't know when you. Oh my God, my dear, being a necromancer. You first off, you have to. You have to.
I'm not even a
understand
necromancer
who's
anymore.
Necromancing over here. Like you necromanced this individual, and you don't even know who you necromanced. Did you get his consent before you necromanced him?
That's not how it works.
It's necromance. My God. May the twins
Nevertheless-
bless you, my dear. He's handing the hat back to her.
She just looks back
Weird
inside and tilts her
relationship
head and
issues.
just brushes it off and sticks it back on.
Oh, has he not wandered into traffic?
Because he has, and then traffic ends up being destroyed.
Sometimes you might just want someone to pet your head.
Cog is literally the entire reason the Marquis is able to get anywheres without blowing something up. Like we had this talk when we were making the characters that the Marquis had a habit of just wandering off sometimes and end up causing chaos by accident.
Just kind of looks at Miasma. It's like,
You have a zombie in your hat for head scritches.
Yes.
Maybe a deception check, Miasma.
I don't even know why I have it.
That
zombie in your
That's
hat.
a good point.
having a
Actually, wait.
necromancer partner.
That's a good point. With Miasma's powers being removed and such, I guess it would be a case of Miasma roll me a history first.
Advantage or no?
No. Given that you do have some memories of your past travels, you do recall one moment of traveling up the mountain, finding a few dead bodies, and using a power that seems foreign to you now.
Yeah.
Raising a small, I won't say an army, but basically a small squad.
Yeah, I remember some of them got stuck running around in the underground city,
Yeah.
causing chaos.
Hashtag squad goals.
Yeah, no, it was the time whenever we were all stripped naked and thrown into jail cells, so I punched myself in the face and teleported out.
Yep.
There's context to that. It's one of my racial abilities.
just kind of like, Misskiff is just sat there watching this encounter, like keeping a track on the kitten's emotions, but also just kind of like,
I think at some point soon we need to have a talk about like boundaries, you know?
What do you mean boundaries?
I mean, those guys not picking me up and throwing me are pushing me into weird holes.
That's true.
To be
I
fair,
wouldn't like it if I was your size.
That cog?
To be fair, I haven't done that to you yet.
You haven't, but they have
You were still
Fair,
alive.
told me to do it.
multiple times.
So
I may be small, but I'm not a projectile.
We have
Also,
faith in
you
your
know-
ability to smite your foes.
I guess the
My sword is a needle.
the two questions I do need to ask now is, well, three questions I need to ask now is, one, what are y'all doing with the cup?
I'm keeping an eye on it and tracking its emotions.
Like
Backpack.
you knew the moment that we had access to the damn thing that it was gonna stay in the party no matter what. Someone's gonna be carrying it around now.
Okay,
I put it in
You
my
knew.
backpack.
You knew.
so it goes into Unusor's backpack.
It is a back cat now.
It
It's a
your
cat and a
backpack just
papoose.
develops one of those like clear bubble things on the outside where you see people kick
Yes!
cats.
We'll have to have the room put on.
2, and this is probably the most important and dire question of all. Are you getting your teacup back, Marquis?
Why? I've got others.
It's not his
Okay.
favorite.
So the teacup remains. And number 3, which pathway are you taking? The stairs, back down, or one of the 2 doors?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one.
Ah, I see you are a practitioner of the sacred rites of order and chaos as well.
Also, just a thing.
Shit.
Because I don't think Inferno was listening, you would have heard Misskiff say she doesn't like cats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, to be fair, Nanza doesn't necessarily care. Like, she'll give you a bit of a side eye, but like, from what I know, we're both fucked over by hags, weren't we?
Yes, but I'm also
And we were,
I'm also a tiny creature. Cats are not fun for me.
yeah, we're both fucked over by hags. We're both fucking aberrant mind sorcerers.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, Miasma's not even really a proper tabaxi anymore, so it's kind of just a case of like, it's like
Wait,
she
you're a
gets it.
tabaxi?
I'm a Cheshire variant.
Black furred Cheshire cat tabaxi.
You can sort of see it on her image.
Mm-hmm.
so
I actually had a work in progress model. I still have it. I just haven't worked on it much because I've got other stuff I needed to do first.
But yeah.
east,
So
west, or down?
West. Go west.
So, well, as the cat goes in the backpack, what was the D6 for?
I clicked to roll it before you said west.
Oh, fair. So, with the cat in the backpack, feeling a bit more comfortable in the dark, you see Unusor just head to the door to your right, the door to the west. Oh no, wait. To the left. My right to or left? I don't know.
West.
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 It's just to the left.
I guess it depends on which way you were facing in the room, so we'll just go
It
with
also
I'm-
from stairwise to the west.
It
I'm
also
I'm
depends on how
assuming
the
west.
building is oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm assuming west is if we're looking at a map, and then yeah, if we're looking at a map, the western corner of the map would be to the left.
Okay. So,
Doesn't matter if there's a door to the west. Unusor said going west, so.
Unusor,
I'm assuming this castle has a form of true north. Yes.
you head through the door.
Yes.
There's that moment
Wait.
of darkness between the room transitions as it was going up the stairs. And you find yourself in a gallery.
Did I put Misskiff down?
I'm not on you. She's deliberately making a point of not sitting on your shoulders.
I'm offended. I saved you from the water.
I think at this point she's probably chosen Cog as the next safest option.
Sure, it's just the thing with the fucking head squid.
You find yourselves.
Cog has never thrown her.
Are the rest of you following?
Yes, I have no reason not to.
Yes. Definitely making sure that the Chaos Gremlin is ahead of me.
So you will all get the transition. And you will see. Well, you'll find yourselves in a large gallery. There is only one other door in here, at the other side. But the door does close behind you. And in this gallery, it's not paintings or anything, but it's sculptures. Twisting, malformed, kind of just wrong to look at.
Oh, this is payback for sirens, fuck.
And while it looks off at first, the further you get into the room, the more you realize. These sculptures are made of flesh.
Oh, that's actually better.
I want to rip one in half.
I was kind of looking on at these and it's like,
I didn't expect any less at this point.
I don't know if this is a room made for any of the characters, but it's definitely a room made to scare the ever-living shit out of me, because Leigh knows I suffer from uncanny phobia.
So, Unusor, you walk over to one of them, the nearest one. Seems to be a base thing at the moment. 3 human-like legs reaching out into a tripod-like stance, twisting up into one body before branching off at the top like a tree. Just twisting, fleshy branches. And you reach up and you grab between some of the branches. And make me a strength check as you pull.
Hi, Devil Darlings. Junji Ito called. He wants his aesthetic back.
You begin to rip as blood begins to spray, skin tears, bones break.
Maybe
And
not.
a dozen
that-
mouths lined along the thorn begin to scream out in pain.
Leigh, you're supposed to be the whimsical DM. I'm supposed to be the horror DM.
As you begin to realize too late that these things are still alive, living in
That's
a...
why I was doing this. I thought they would be freaking golems or flesh constructs.
that's what Misskiff was about to say. Just like,
Maybe not. They could still be. Oh, okay.
living
I
in a
hate
state
it.
of torment.
I hate
And I'm
it.
granting it mercy.
Maybe don't tear apart the living
As
creatures.
you tear it apart and it now lays in two, it does not die. It is simply in more torment.
Just activated the freaking security system.
We're not good at sneaking around, are we?
No.
No, I'm just not.
I still love the fact as well of being
not
like, I'm supposed to be the whimsical DM. Meanwhile,
You are supposed to be the whimsical DM. I'm supposed to be the horror. I hate it. I hate it.
do you not remember literally half of the first Devil Darlings being nothing but body horror?
Fair. Fair, but it was body horror like giant crystal monsters and stuff, and well, I guess there was the fucking...
Yeah, there were people quite literally going giant
no,
spider
you're right.
monsters.
Yeah, you're right. There was some body horror in that. Yeah, I guess
Dude,
because
we
I was
fought-
playing as...
we fought the flesh fetus.
Yeah, we did fight the flesh fetus. That's fair. Yeah, like, you're fucked up, and I love it, but I also hate it.
At the
Because
risk of
I'm-
nitpicking, what else would a fetus be made of if not flesh?
Like,
You should see that episode to
Porcelain.
get
think
context.
Shadows.
skinless
Porcelain.
blade fetus.
Oh,
At
that's
least it
unsettling.
wasn't the fire fetus.
That was connected into a big fleshy horrid system that we had to go down into.
Wasn't he connected to a heart? I just remember he was bouncing up and down as me and Nana roasted him alive.
Yeah,
Eh,
it was inside like a bigger flesh pit.
It's
Essentially.
also why I don't. It's also why I don't think Leigh will ever let either of us take Agonazar Scorcher.
But yes,
Leigh has prepared. Yeah, Leigh has prepared. She has stated multiple times before this campaign it will never happen again.
you are indeed just witnessing this thing starting to writhe
I hate
around a
it.
bit now that it's off its plinth, unable to move anywhere because it just does not have the structure for movement anymore.
Can I try and incinerate it with firebolt?
You go to incinerate.
I just want to stop it from writhing and like possibly end its suffering by burning it till it's ash.
You go to set this thing on fire.
Why are you
body-
saying it like that, Leigh?
The body does indeed spring into flames as it screams louder before the screams finally die out as it becomes ash.
Good. Now we
Well-
just have to worry about all the other ones.
Could have look
Maybe-
around. How many are in here?
Maybe we can just leave these things.
they do seem
could.
pretty sedentary.
11 more.
And what if they spring to life and attack us?
There is one in particular in the middle that just seems to be a spiraling structure like a large column.
I'm just thinking of the Harvester from Dragon Age.
I'm thinking of
Junji called. He wants his aesthetic back, Leigh.
I love the fact it's like I'm thinking of Dragon Age with all that. Meanwhile, Santa's been pretty much on the nose with this thing. It's like,
yeah, I know,
yeah,
yeah.
well, actually,
because
it's.
your
I'd
mind
say it's
thinks
like-
mine.
I think it's like a half-half situation. It's
Mhm.
definitely half Junji Ito. But have you ever played the Evil Within 2?
Yeah, well, I mean, Evil Within 2 is based on Junji Ito
Yeah,
stuff as well.
Just like the first
Yeah.
third of that with the photographer artist guy where he does the flesh sculptures.
Oh god, yeah, the fucking with the fucking head monster that has like yeah, no, I know, yeah, great fucking introduction. Like,
Let's
by the way,
also
but-
not forget about the one demon from Demon Slayer.
Nope, not much Demon
yes,
Slayer.
yeah, you
For
should.
those-
It's pretty good.
For those of us who don't
It is
watch
good.
anime any clarity,
There's one demon
go
that
on.
takes pleasure in sculpting humans.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which arc did he appear in?
I have
He
finished.
he first appeared in the Mist arc. It's the fish dude.
Not
But
yet.
The fish dude
yeah,
with mouth
but
eyes.
I was thinking more like
in that though.
I was thinking more like along the lines of this kind of shit in D&D chat.
Yeah, I was thinking like Uzumaki kind of shit. Which, speaking of which, like I am fully like just flesh
Ooh.
monstrosities. Like,
Oh,
oh no, yeah, no, the full Sorry, I thought you meant fucking what's her face. You meant the fucking actual fucking photographer. I thought you meant the photographer bad guy, but you meant the boss. Yes, no, yeah.
Yeah, the
Silent
shit
Hill levels.
Yeah, the shit
just
he does with
disgusting.
like the flesh bodies and such. That kind of idea. But
Yeah, no.
you
Demented, I love it.
you're in a room with 11 more of these. None of them seem to be moving, but they are seem to be
him.
coming back around from their what I could only assume to be group trance. Basically their way of trying to cope with this ongoing torment. And the voices are beginning to wake up in a cacophony of moans and wails.
Well, time to go.
Yeah, probably, yeah. If they come after us, just incinerate them.
None of them
Marquis
seem to be moving or even capable of movement.
Even the center one.
The center one's just a giant fleshy pillar at this point.
Yeah, I still don't trust it.
Yeah. The
There's just
issue
a-
here is gone.
I was just gonna say there's just a malicious smile on Minosaur's face. He's relishing the thought of combat with these things.
You know, you could fight them, but do you really think that these are what you're fighting, or do you think that this is a trap? Because the door did close behind us, and something probably made it like this. And I'd be more worried about whatever made these like this. In that case, Marquis is grabbing Cog and Miasma, and he's like, "Goodbye," and he's sprinting.
To which
So-
door? The one at the far end or the one you just came through?
That's actually a good question. Which door should we go to?
Coin flip.
Coin flip. Heads, we go back. Tails, we go forward. Tails, we're running forward.
Oh,
Running forward. It is 10 to 11, Leigh.
yep.
Mhm.
So I'll just say what the next room is that you enter.
God, it's 10 to 12 here.
As you
Yeah.
quickly run through and barge into the next room, shoulder tackling through the door. That clearly doesn't exist in your mind.
No.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
Initial
fun.
charge. Is everyone else running through after?
I'm being taken because I'm on Cog.
Okay. So Nanza, Unusor, are you both charging through as well?
I feel like we kind of got to, because to say no at this point would be meta.
Okay. So
If we are charging, I'm charging horns first.
okay. So as you all charge through, the last thing you hear from this room, aside from the wails and moans that you're currently hearing, is the stitching together of flesh as it regrows, as the ashes reform back into the statue, and their screams begin again as their torment starts once more. And as you make it into this next room with the little transition, the door closes behind you, and you feel the floor leave your feet.
Nah, I thought you were the safer option!
I mean, I technically am, but he did grab me.
Not because there is a pit, but rather because you are now all floating.
Ah!
Cog-
Right in the Marquis's natural
Yeah.
habitat.
Cog and Marquis, you will instantly feel quite familiar with this. You are all in zero gravity.
Oh,
This is
see?
I don't like this. I'm
I'm gonna
just
die of a
Oh.
heart attack before I get my body back.
You just see the Marquis leaning back, his hands on his head. You see like Mini Cog just like pouring some tea, but he's got the cup upside down as he is.
And I can just hear the
bum 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 bum.
Meanwhile, I'm just wildly flailing. I don't like this.
Can
Can
I call upon my labyrinthine recall that I always know where north is?
Yes, you'll always know
Friggin-
that north is up that one direction. That there's a door on the roof.
Huh.
There is also a door
Oh,
on the
look at
floor,
that.
but no other doors in this room. Not even the way that you just entered. That door is now gone.
Up or
I'm
down?
like, this kid's just going like, I'm gonna die of a heart attack before I get my body back.
Well, you should be lucky you're on us and not points at the flailing dragonborn.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can find a gift for this.
But indeed, as you all float through zero gravity, we are going to end for this session. Melikas, we
Then I think
are...
Meows is probably like the least bothered by all of this.
We're past time. Holy shit.
Yeah, we are coming up to 2.5 hours. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you all have fun. If you'd like to see more Echoes of the Past over on Chocobo Keeper's channel, we should be getting to a live stream in a couple of weeks' time for the 50th episode for that. Star Plunder and Sirens Through the Fog over on Spotify. And Manchester by Night over here, alternating weeks. We should also
Wait,
probably
the
be
vampire game's in Manchester?
It's set in Manchester.
in Victorian Manchester.
Oh, nice.
We maybe
Fair
get back
enough.
to some more video game recordings at some point. We just need to find the time to do so. But we will see you all next time on the Devil Darlings.
Bye,
Who wants to do the outro song?
Bye.
Oh, Zach's there. Hi, Zach.
Daddy.
Never
It's
mind, I'm
actually
stopping recording right there.